Oh, wow.
Looks like he didn't think twice. He just ran.
I mean, and putting him in their will. Wow, that was incredible.
It's time now for our weekly mental health check-in, and we're taking a closer look at the risk for mental health disorders and what you can do to help lower your chances.
Yeah, plus it's back to school time. That means back to bedtime routines. We're going to take a look at how screen time could be causing major disruptions to your child's sleep. Let's bring in Dr. George James. For more on these mental health headlines, licensed marriage and family therapist, someone, of course, you recognize. Dr. James, great to have you with us as always. So we'll get to all that back to school stuff in just a moment. But first, I want to start with this new study. Found an estimated 50% of the global population will experience at least one mental health disorder by the time they are 75 years old. What do you make of that number? Does that sound like a lot to you? Does it sound like a little based on what you know about how we're all doing with mental health? I mean, and tell us what we need to know here if they're different between men and women and how to maybe prevent something like this.
Yeah, good morning, Savannah. Yes, this does sound like a lot, but when we really look at it, this is a study of 150,000 throughout 29 countries, and it looked to just say over the course of a lifetime, up to about 75, people will experience some type of mental health disorder or challenge. And, you know, that's actually that's probably more of what we've realized, but it's now a study that's showing that, whether it be depression. And the difference between men and women is that both men and women will have some type of depression or phobia, but men will experience some alcoholic abuse while women will experience some PTSD. So these are things that we know, and we want to prevent that. So we want to get some treatment early and make sure that you get the support you need.
So important. Dr. James, let's talk back to school. We know schedules are in full swing, and for many parents, that means getting back on that regular bedtime routine, but they could be battling kids with their phones, obviously staying up late. New research shows children are getting less sleep because of an increase in screen time. So how important is sleep for tweens and teens, and how can parents talk to their kids about really limiting the time on their phones?
Oh, I know this battle all too well. So screen time has been one of those challenges for lots of families, but screen time has been linked to mental health for everyone, adults, including kids. What happens with screen time, it does impact your ability to go to sleep. And then with the lack of sleep, it does impact your mental health, like depression and anxiety. There's a relationship between mental health and sleep. So it's really important to try to get your kids to go to bed early so that they can get rest, so that they can push past and perform well in school and be alert and not be overwhelmed and anxious because they didn't get enough sleep.
I think it's really important, that link between using the phone and the either instead of sleep, right? Like the doom scroll at night, or it making it more difficult to go to sleep, as well as then we know that harmful content that could be consumed. So many things there to keep eyes out for. Dr. James, also in the vein of back to school, so I mean, we are talking generally about mental health, kids and teens. It's sort of at a low. We've seen a lot of scary studies, a lot of scary stats coming out of emergency rooms, but it does seem that being in person for school could have a positive impact, which is some good news. Tell us why that is and how parents can support their kids this school year.
Yeah, we've recognized that being in person, there's just something that's different. A lot of our teens and young adults really struggled and suffered. They weren't able to do the normal things. They weren't able to engage with each other or be around folks, and especially being able to get that additional academic and emotional support. When schools have provided that one-on-one connection, whether it be tutoring, whether it be another teacher, or even being able to see a school counselor, that has helped, because we've seen that our young folks are resilient and able to come back. So it's important that we have the services, but it's also that we believe in them and know that they can recover from any difficult situations like COVID.
Absolutely. Dr. George James, as always, we appreciate you. Thank you. Good to see you.
Thank you.